I need to show you guys a clip from an interview that just happened with Gary Gensler and Jim Cranmer. Now it starts off covering T+1, but ends up getting heated talking about Roaring Kitty as well as Gamestop. After T+1, it goes into AI and how AI may mix up with fraud when humans are allowed to mix in with AI, etc., etc. You'll see from the clip.
Something that I think we all wish had happened a long time ago, which is T1, and I thought you should explain because it means a lot to our viewers without them knowing it.
Look, this is a really good thing. If you sell your stock on a Monday, you will get your cash on a Tuesday. That's the easiest way to think about it. And in the past, just a week or so ago, it took 2 days. If you sold your stock on a Monday, you got it Wednesday. So we worked at the Securities and Exchange Commission on a rule to shorten that settlement cycle because today's technology allows that. But here's the interesting thing. We're just back to where we were in the 1920s. There was actually, if you sold your stock on a Monday in the 1920s, you got your cash on a Tuesday. And because of everything going on, they lengthened it all the way to a week, and we've had to slow walk it back. But everybody worked well together. The stock exchanges, the custodians, the clearing houses, and this thing works smoothly. Mexico and Canada, Argentina, Jamaica all joined us. I'm really proud of the work of the SEC, but it was a collaboration across industry.
The one thing I worry about is I'm very close to NVIDIA, and NVIDIA created me. Very easily it created me. It created my voice, created my face. Basically,
so are you human or are you just artificial
We
intelligence?
wonder sometimes.
David, am I human or am
It's
I?
unclear. You may be a simulation.
I'm a dollar sign represented by a man.
That we know.
Yes, and Mr. Musk once said I was a simulation, so I can't be sure. But what I think is interesting is that you are very worried about AI and the power of it. And I know that
I think that artificial intelligence is the most transformative technology of our time. And I talked about the 1920s, then it was the automobile, electrification of the whole economy. But now we're taking human decision-making and more putting it in the box, in the algorithm. So I think that's transformative. It's a good thing for capital markets, but it also raises real risks of conflicts. What if the algorithm is, in essence, trading against you? Risk of fraud. What if the algorithm is trying to defraud you or mislead you? And also risk, if we're all reliant on one or two models, then the whole capital markets might basically, drive off the cliff together. And
but you're aware of that, and you can protect us.
Jim, fraud is fraud, and
okay.
So somebody shouldn't be doing fraud. But these are more difficult challenges, more real challenges, and the conflicts are real too.
Okay, well, let's try to figure out what fraud is fraud. Let's say I buy a lot of contracts. Like use random stock. I buy contracts that are options on Gamestop. I then publish.
This is just a hypothetical.
Totally hypothetical because I don't want to. I don't want to really try to hurt anybody.
Why not? Can't we just ask about Roaring Kitty? I mean, why wouldn't we?
If someone publishes...
Dave, you ask about a specific thing. I just want to talk to your viewers for a second. The SEC runs a civil law enforcement agency. We're a cop on the beat, and you would expect us to investigate where we investigate, right. But we don't talk about it publicly because we follow the facts and the law.
Now, what's interesting here is Gary Gensler said, hey, listen, I'm going to stop you right now because I know where you're going. I want to say that in case you're talking about something specific that may be under investigation, I will not be talking about it.
And only if we think there's something to bring in front of a court do we then talk about it publicly.
Understood.
So he knows exactly what is going on. Of course, he's monitoring everything that is happening with GameStop, everything that is happening with Roaring Kitty. The SEC is seeing it. Now, what else is interesting is that he says, Jim Cranmer, listen, if there was something that we had to talk about that we couldn't say live, when we would say it live publicly would be when we had something to bring to the court. In this case, they do not have anything yet to bring Roaring Kitty to court. What he's saying is that, hey, this is happening and we have to look into it right now so I can't talk about it. But as of right now, there's nothing against him that we can hold against Roaring Kitty.
Let's say you're Paul Weiss, you're my lawyer, okay? I say to you, look, I want to put up a cryptogram, and it's of a chair leaning up, which we know from video game playing means, come on, this is the 9th inning, get ready. And we know that I'm a person who happens to like the stock of GameStop. This is the signal. Come on, get ready. Is this something, hypothetically, that the SEC should worry about?
So, look, again, it's not so hypothetical because you're describing things that are in the public domain and the public is interested in. So, but generally speaking, you have to make sure that you don't mislead the public and that you don't in any way do things in the markets that may be manipulative or misleading. And so that's the key thing in our capital markets.
No, the key thing is if you can cure it with disclosure. This is Brandeis. You know if they disclose that this is something that a call to action, then you can't go after them.
Disclosure is one really key part of our capital markets. When you buy the stock of a company, you expect that they give you full and fair disclosure. That's, by the way, not what you're getting right now in this crypto field. So I just, cautionary tale there. That disclosure. But disclosure doesn't necessarily protect a bad actor if they're manipulating a market. You can't just simply disclose that away,
Okay,
particularly if you're misleading the public.
Not cured. Disclosure not cured. Very good.
Can I ask a broader question about the public markets? Because it comes up a lot now, in particular sometimes from those who are actually very active in these very large private markets. But the idea that our public markets are broken, that we have 7 companies that represent 30+%, for example, of the market cap, that we have far fewer public companies than we did 10 or 20 years ago. I'm curious how you think about that and whether you agree or disagree with those who would argue that the public markets don't work the way they should.
Look, I believe deeply in competition, and we in the U.S. benefit from very large capital markets, which are 5 times our banking system. $23 trillion banking system, $110+ trillion capital markets.
Now note that this bastard, Jim Cranmer, is short GameStop. He's pissed. He brought this up out of nowhere. He's mad. He's getting squozed out of his position. It is what it is. This guy is wrong about everything, always. He's a hater. He's a hater on the small retail investor. He's cocky. He's a prick. He's always wrong with his picks. And even in this interview, he's pressing Gary Gensler, and Gary Gensler is saying basically, stop, listen, stop pressing me, right? He's also saying, hey, yeah, we worked at the same building. Remember, we worked at the same place calling the shots. I was more paid than you, right? He's just a dick. Overall, guys, let me know your thoughts on this interview in the comments down below. Do they have anything on Roaring Kitty? My take is that they don't. My take is that Jim Cranmer is mad that he's getting wrecked with his short position. He's mad that retail is winning. And his buddies are getting cooked too when the GameStop runs. It is what it is. If you guys didn't see the video I uploaded earlier, make sure to go watch that. If you want up to 15 free stocks, 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, use my Moomoo link, open an account, and make a deposit into there. You're also getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more. Also, guys, if you haven't gotten my indicator yet, it's my custom one. I made it go live recently. I'm very excited to bring it to you guys, and I think it will level up your trading journey. It's the very top link at the description. Go get it. You'll get a free trial, and then you can use it forever. Also, get in the Discord. Come talk with me. Come talk with the most amazing people, stocks, and crypto all day long. We also have options trading alerts in there. We post our gains, post our losses, and I post my trades as soon as I take them. Best Discord for the price. That is it. I love you. Peace.